Hello and welcome to Bags of Action. My name's Steve and this is a 5-minute review of Gemini Man from 2019. I didn't see this film when it came out in the cinema, so I watched it very recently, and even before then I'd heard quite a lot of buzz around this film and not all of it was positive. It seemed to get an awful lot of flack, although having now watched the film, I'm not really sure why. So the film stars Will Smith, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Clive, Owen, and of course Will Smith, playing a younger version of himself. Will Smith is playing a hitman who's coming to the end of his career. He's getting a bit old and tired, and Henry Brogan wants to retire and get out of the business. The problem is, the people who he works for don't really want him to retire because he's so good at what he does. So Clive Owen, who's someone he's known for many years, has secretly created a younger clone of him. And because Henry knows too much, his first job is to kill the older version. The film is directed by Ang Lee, who is an extremely accomplished director and has a wide spectrum of films that he's done in the past, including things like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. He directed one of the Hulk films. So an action film isn't his usual, so to speak, but he's really good. All of the action and set pieces look really good. The pace of the film never lags. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the main bone of contention for this film is that the CGI is sometimes a little bit wonky because you're dealing with two versions of Will Smith at the same time, and one of them has been de-aged so it looks like him during his Fresh Prince of Bel-Air years. So while I understand that obviously they can't have two Will Smiths on screen because they don't exist, I'm still struggling to see why people are complaining that it looks fake, because obviously it is. Overall, I was pleased to see that the film didn't go in a predicted way of what I thought would happen, and there were a few interesting plot twists along the way. The cast was solid throughout. I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead was really convincing. Will Smith in both roles was fantastic in his performance. Benedict Wong and Clive Owen were great in their supporting roles as well. So there was nothing wrong there. The action was really great, as I've mentioned. Some of the fight scenes and locations were really cool. The film also took time to develop the characters so that you cared about them and it wasn't just rolling from one action scene to another like some modern films. There is a larger mystery in the film as well as to why Clive Owen's character would clone Henry Brogan beyond the fact that they needed another hitman. There's a whole military angle to the film. But at its core, this is an emotional film about a person coming to the end of his career, feeling like he's no longer useful and relevant, and that he wants to live in peace after all of the people that he's killed, seemingly for good reasons and for his country, even though he still has nightmares about them. Whereas in the opposite side, you've got a young man at the start of his career who believes that he's doing it for all of the right reasons too, but the first person that he's asked to kill is an older version of himself who he's been told is a traitor. So there's a patriotism thread to the film too, and the idea of everybody's grey to one degree or another. The film uses the latest mocap technology, and for the first time that I'm aware of, we've seen someone playing against themselves as a younger version and as a clone. This has obviously forced Will Smith to create two quite distinct versions and create a performance that's suitable for each, with the much older James who's just a bit resigned to his fate and a bit tired, and then they've got the young guy, the clone, who just wants to get the job done and make his father proud. And that's a whole nother plot twist of the film that I won't spoil. Looking at the budget for this film, it was $138 million, and worldwide so far it's only made 173, which sounds like a profit, but of course once you add in marketing and advertising and all of the promotion stuff, it sounds like it hasn't really covered the extended costs that go into making a film. So while the dialogue is sometimes a little clunky and exposition heavy to stress the point of what they're trying to get across in the film, that in fact the younger guy is a clone, when some of it is very obvious from the first few seconds. Putting that aside, I think that the film was just quite good fun. I don't see why it's getting so much crap. So based on all of that, I'm going to give it a solid 3 bags out of 5 and say it's definitely worth your time for a good bit of fun on a Saturday evening. So, have you seen Gemini Man? If so, get in touch and let us know. You can contact us via email. We're on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and watch out for new episodes every week.